Hello, Grandma Nation, or maybe I should call you guys the Grim Reap Souls. Yeah, I hereby now call you the Grim, the Reap Souls, which is yeah, REABSOLs, yeah, R E REABSOL. Sorry, I'm just like trying to like spell it. So yeah, you are now for now officially the Reap Souls, with with the A being also capital. So yeah, the R and the A will be both capitalized. And yeah, so here we are. So let me start off the intro again. Hello, hello, Reap Souls, Grim Reap Soul Dark 61, and welcome back to another video. And today will be, and today is another Christmas story. And yeah, it's just like I said before. Yeah, there's not a lot of. I know I said this before, but there's just like not a lot of Christmas stories in here in this website, so that's why I just uploaded those normal scary stories, those previous normal scary story videos. Yeah, that I've uploaded. Yeah, so yeah, here we are with another Christmas story, which, let's see, it's introducing Bloody Axe. Hmm, this should be interesting. This story, but yeah, let's see, a scary story about a young boy who suspects his father may be a murderer. It is based on an old horror comic that is considered one of the scariest comics ever made. Okay, so we have here supposedly a picture of a boy, a boy sleeping in his bed, and as you can see in the shadows that there's a man holding an axe. Looks like he's going to, like, maybe probably like decapitate his head with the axe, or chopped his head off. Let's see how what this story has in store for us. So yeah, let's without further ado, let's get on with the story. So this is Bloody Axe. Enjoy. Let's get it, Grandma. Never mind. Okay. Your doom is not the Reap Souls. All you can do is brace yourselves. I remembered that Christmas when I was 8 years old, as if it had happened yesterday. I remember how I would lie very still under the old moth-eaten quilt my mother made. I was wide awake and listening for those familiar sounds, the thump, the thump of the front door closing, the clomp, clomp, clomp of my father's mud-caked boots on the stairs, and the sound that to this day still fills me with revulsion and horror. Drip, drip, drip. Hmm. Oh, and then here's some pictures. And here's some comic pictures. Like, I guess, like to to create pictures of what's going on in this story. Then my father would pass by my doorway, and the light from the hallway would cast his shadow on my bedroom wall, and the shadow of the bloody axe he carried in his hands. The next morning, I would eat my watery oatmeal in the wintry hill, I mean the wintry chill of our kitchen, and ask my mother, very slowly and carefully, where was Daddy last night? She would just look at me with her sad gray eyes. I will never forget the pain and torment in those eyes, but she never said a word. After breakfast, I would said about doing the chores on our little farm. My father never did much work on the farm. He always seemed to be busy with other matters. On those chill, windy mornings, as the snow began to fall, I had a lot of time to think. At school, I couldn't pay much attention to my lessons. I was always lost in my own troubling thoughts. When I got home in the evening, I would arrive just in time to see my father leaving, his axe clutched tightly in his hands. I rarely saw my father during daylight hours, and at night, all I ever saw was a shadow. I can still vividly recall that terrible night when I was awakened by the sounds of the shutters on my bedroom window clattering in the screaming December winds. When I got up to close the shutters, I happened to glance over at the barn and noticed a shadow in the darkness. It was it was my father, and he was putting something into the feed box we used for the cattle. I returned to bed and lay awake long into the night, puzzled by what I by puzzled puzzled by just what I had seen. Eventually, I fell into a tortured and troubled sleep. Okay. The next day, my curiosity got the better of me. I took the key that hung on a hook in the kitchen and opened the feed box. I remembered standing and staring for several seconds at the foul smelly, bloody pulp inside, trying to understand why my father wolf would, I think it was supposed to be would, why my father would put parts of a slaughtered animal into the feed box. Then I noticed something that struck horror into the pit of my soul. I think into the pit of my soul. Then I noticed something that struck horror into the pit of my soul. Just just enough out of the bloody fall was a severed human hand. From that moment, I was filled with a nameless dread. I no longer looked at my parents with trust, but with a dark, creeping suspicion. I began to notice things that had previously escaped my attention. Newspapers headlines that spoke about murders, and I mean, that spoke about brutal murders and discovered bodies. Overheard conversations about a bloodthirsty friend on the loose. Finally, I heard a boy at school utter two words that repeated over and over in my tortured mind: axe murderer. That night, my sleep was invaded by shapeless horrors. In these nightmares, I saw two images that haunted me constantly: the face of my father and an axe dripping with blood. Unable to sleep, I got out of bed and crept downstairs. Taking my father's axe from the fireplace, I dimmed the lights and crouched in the darkness at the top of the stairs. Hmm. Okay. It seemed an eternity. It seemed an eternity before I heard the key in the lock in the front door swing open, then close. Thump! I listened for those familiar footsteps on the stairs. Clomp, clomp, clomp. Then, stepping out of the darkness, I raised my axe above my head and brought it crashing out, down. Clomp, clomp. Oh no. Oh no. I think that person in the third picture, I think that's the boy's father, and looks like the boys will regret like slashing the um um yeah, it looks like this boy will regret it on crashing his father's head with the axe. chunk, boom. Oh, never mind, never mind. He literally chopped his father's head off. He decapitated his own father. In the eerie silence that followed, I listened for the sound of any movement from my parents' bedroom. I hoped against hope that my mother hadn't heard nothing. The only sound I heard was the creaking of the floorboards beneath my feet and the pounding in my heart. I looked for the last time at the headless body that lay crumpled at the bottom of the stairs, then quietly tiptoed back to my bed. Early the next morning, I was awakened by the sound of strange voices in our hallway. I crept to the top of the stairs and peered down at the scene below. A group of policemen were crowded around my father's bloody corpse. My mother was standing beside him, watching silently. No one was paying any attention, but when she glanced up, she noticed me. Then very briefly, very discreetly, she gave me a knowing wink. Uh, Wait, what? Um, okay. So I guess, well, looks like that his father was the axe murderer, and and for what he means in the last sentence was when about the boy's mother giving the boy a wink. I guess it's a sign from her, it's telling her son that good, like like good idea, like great idea to chop his father's head off. Looks like they looks like his mother already know that her husband was the murderer, so she had to like she had to like find a way to stop her husband from killing any more people. So she I guess both I guess both the boy and his mother had the idea to to kill his own father, to kill the father with with his axe. All right, guys. So that was all right, guys. So that was bloody axe. Okay, I was for a second there. I was for a second there. I forgot what was the name of what was the title of this story, but now remember. Yeah, it's bloody axe. Yeah, I think I'll be. Yeah, this was. So yeah, all right, guys. So that was bloody axe. I gotta, I, I gotta. I mean, I have to admit, this was really supposedly the scariest horror comic ever made. Just like it said from this description of the story. Bro, well, yeah, I guess it's just because based on the pictures from the comic, from a comic, yeah, those pictures that we saw, Reapsels, yeah. But overall, this was really a nice, scary story. If you guys enjoyed it, please like, comment, subscribe, and well, thank you. This was really a nice, scary story from about Christmas. Well, thank you so much for sticking around to the end. Until next time, I'll see you in the next Christmas story. See ya.